Jason Heat here at Victory Championship Wrestling's This Means War, coming to you from McMecken, West Virginia. It is a day of very personal rivalries coming to a head, and that includes this opening contest as Remy Levay looks to finally put the nail in the coffin of his longtime rival, Izzy Lambert. This is a blood feud that has been going on for nearly a year.
And his opponent, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 245 pounds. You wanted the best. You've got the best. Izzy Lambert.
Izzy Lambert, the rock and roller, the brightest star, looking to finally get Remy Levay off his back and move on to bigger and brighter things. And he hopes that includes becoming the inaugural VCW Heavyweight Championship. That's right, this match is a qualifier in the VCW Heavyweight Championship Tournament. The winner of this match will join a field that already includes No Good Nathan Aulridge, Damien Chambers, and Cowpoke Paul. But the stakes in this qualifying match are much higher than simply moving on in this tournament. No, these two men absolutely despise each other. It goes back to the beginning of the year in our very first event. You wouldn't believe it based on the fact that Levay just started attacking Izzy Lambert from behind, but these two actually were a tag team. They lost their very first match. It would be their only match together because Remy Levay attacked Izzy Lambert from behind afterwards, has been making Lambert's life a living hell ever since. Lambert now taking it to Levay, wants to end this quick. These two have fought multiple times at this point. Levay also trying to put Lambert away very soon as the crowd getting behind the rock and roller Izzy Lambert. These two 1-1 against each other. Though Izzy Lambert beat Remy Levay all on his own, it took the combined might of the culmination making their debut in order for Levay to get a win over Lambert. The culmination being the trio of Jason Gorey, Philip Archer, and Remy Levay. We saw Philip Archer at our last event, Give Me Victory or Give Me Death. It was Izzy Lambert taking on Philip Archer, and Archer, a hired gun for Levay, but Lambert was successful, which has earned him the right for this rematch. A meeting of the minds, both the worse for the wear, as Lambert with that side effect, putting Levay away. No. When we first saw Izzy Lambert, he always wanted to have fun. He always wanted to have a good time, but it didn't always seem like maybe he had his full head in the game. Not the case anymore. As much as this has been, well, Lambert back cover, and Levay looking the worse for wear at this point. This feud has forced Izzy to get better. He's become more serious. He's found more heart. We have seen him grow, but the question is, can he win? Can he move on? Can he start playing a different song here in VCW? Can either of these two men be a champion here in Victory Championship Wrestling. I have to score a victory here tonight in order to move on. Remy LeVay fueled by hatred. The more he hurts, the better he gets. It is absolutely twisted but effective. And now, when the human body meets steel, there can be only one winner, and it's always metal. We're gonna see if the unanticipated consequence of all the mind games, LeVay. Oh, wait a second. Both of these two men.
A double countout.
These two men so consumed by the fire of their own hatred that they fought their way to a double countout. Neither one of them are moving on to the tournament. And LeVay just threatened our referee. Both want to be champion, but more than that, they want to beat the ever-loving crud out of each other. If they don't have a chance at the title anymore, by gosh, they're going to get their ounce of flesh. Being separated by the entirety of our security corps. We thought that this was going to be a punctuation on this bitter, heated rivalry, but nothing, and I mean nothing has been settled as Izzy Lambert tackling down half our security guards just to get to Remy LeVay. And the question is, has Remy LeVay unleashed an Izzy Lambert that he can't control? Has Remy LeVay infected the mind of Izzy Lambert to the point that Izzy Lambert is as diseased and as dangerous as Remy LeVay? Our security keeping Lambert pinned to the ground as Lambert eyeing LeVay once again. Remy LeVay has been a thorn in the side of Izzy Lambert, but an animal with a thorn in its side is a dangerous and pissed off beast indeed. As Remy LeVay knocking Izzy Lambert onto our stage. The crowd wants blood, the wrestlers want blood, and now we see Lambert just being muscled back behind the curtain, and they're taking LeVay out a different way. Kicking and screaming is Remy LeVay. I'm not ashamed to say.
Actually, we are going to give him an introduction befitting of Matthew Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our savior and guiding light, Matthew Taylor!
Well, that ear-piercing shriek, that shrill voice was the harbinger of Matthew Taylor, his most devoted follower, Jexy Black. And as I was saying before, I was very rudely interrupted. I'm not afraid, or I shouldn't say I'm not ashamed to say, this may want to be the only one of the men in all of VCW that I am afraid of. Matthew Taylor is a very scary man. A cult-like leader here. He's established himself in McMecken, West Virginia for reasons so far shrouded in mystery. But he has a lot of followers. No matter how much research I do, I have no idea how many there are. Jexy Black, his most devoted follower, I have no doubt, if she was asked, she would die. She would kill for the guiding light. That kind of power, that kind of influence, you can't buy. You gotta earn it through sick and twisted words of seduction. So Matthew Taylor.
And his opponent, from Columbus, Ohio, weighing in at 200 pounds, Damien Chambers.
Matthew Taylor, he may have had a lot of luck recruiting, but there's one person at least he didn't have much success with. The roar of the crowd heralds the arrival of Damien Chambers. And in the short history of Victory Championship Wrestling, wait a second. The match didn't start. They're calling for the bell, and Matthew Taylor going for the cheapest win possible. What a conniving snake in the grass. You heard of the serpent that cast us out of Eden? His descendant is Matthew Taylor. A self-styled New Age Messiah preaching a message of violent atonement. Matthew Taylor deigning to remove that coat, finally deciding maybe he'll dress for work. Damien Chambers still pushing Taylor away. Taylor so offended by the fact that he presented an opportunity to join the Church of the Guiding Light to Damien Chambers, and Chambers rejected it. Chambers rejecting Taylor with fury, as despite being attacked before the bell, Chambers really taking it to Taylor. Astounding athleticism and resilience from the man who has become the heart of VCW, the hard-traveling hero, Damien Chambers. Amazing offense into the submission, and Taylor is in danger, desperately trying to wriggle free like the reptile that he is. Counters briefly into a pinning combination, just enough time to regroup. But you gotta work a lot harder if you're gonna catch Damien Chambers off guard, and that may have finally bought Taylor some time to plan and regroup. As much as Chambers is all heart, Taylor is strategy. Taylor is a tactician in the ring and in life. If you don't think he's got 3-4 game plans ready to go, I got a bridge to nowhere to sell you at a very reasonable price. So we see Taylor trying to force Chambers into submission. The submission loss, one of the most devastating to the ego of a professional wrestler, to humble someone. It's one thing to knock someone unconscious for 3 seconds, to force them not to be able to respond, but to force someone to tap out, to submit to your will. Taylor would say it's a loving submission he's after. But if this man truly understood the Bible, I think he would have read "do no harm," and all I've ever seen Matthew Taylor do is harm. To his opponents, to his community, certainly to his followers in the long run. I'm sorry, it scares me to say that. I know they target people. I know they showed up at people's houses. I know they put a lot of pressure, but it has to be said, Matthew Taylor is a menace. And he's proving that in the ring against Damien Chambers. Forcing Chambers into these terribly awkward and uncomfortable positions as he wears down the heart of VCW. Damien Chambers has already qualified for the VCW Heavyweight Championship Tournament. With him, no good Nathan Aulridge and Cowpoke, Paul of all people who have so far joined the field that'll be fighting for the championship. Matthew Taylor might tell you he's fighting for a higher power than a championship. But we'll see. Back back to the armbar from any position. From any position, Damien Chambers can make you tap. But Taylor doing whatever he needs to do to escape the submission attempt. Damien Chambers says you gotta earn everything. The world only makes sense if you force it to. He's certainly looking to force Matthew Taylor to see things his way. Great move there by Damien Chambers, but you see, clutching that lower back, the work that Matthew Taylor has been doing to wear down Chambers is starting to take its toll. It's a long game he plays, and Taylor may not have time to execute that master stroke as the knee may have knocked Taylor unconscious. Going for a dark night. Ushi-Garoshi by Damien Chambers. And Chambers now looking for Nevermore. He's got Nevermore applied. But Taylor wriggling free and stepping behind Jexy Black. I've said before that Matthew Taylor scares the ever-loving heck out of me, but I don't know who I find more intimidating, Matthew Taylor or Jexy Black, as Taylor's clutching his hand. Taylor looking like discretion may be the better part of valor. We've already seen one countout today. This could be a whole event of countouts as Taylor looks like he's just walking away. He's done with it. He's given the match to Damien Chambers, and Chambers wants nothing of it. We saw Damien Chambers had a rivalry with Tanner Reynolds. Wait a second! That's James Bunn. We saw James Bunn make his appearance as a disciple of the Guiding Light against Jimmy Shane, costing Jimmy Shane the match. This should be a disqualification. How is this not a disqualification? Our entire security force, Matthew Taylor's calling for a mic. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it to you, sir. I'm sorry.
You see, Victory Championship Wrestling, this is very simple. Love me, and I love you back. Disrespect me, and I end you.
Oh no.
This is guidance, son, through violence.
Matthew Taylor looking to deliver a message to all of us via the prone body of Damien Chambers. And here comes, no shame, Jimmy Shane looking to even the odds. The king of radical positivity and aggressive acceptance.
No. This is every commissioner's dream. This is my Teddy Long moment. I see the big man Bunn with Mr. Taylor. I see Jimmy Shane and Damien Chambers. Since you wanted to walk out on your first match, let's make a second one. We're doing a tag team match right now. Bring the bell.
Whatever influence Matthew Taylor has in this community, it does not extend to Commissioner Nicholas West. As we're going to make this a tag team match, playa. Damien Chambers and Jimmy Shane against James Bunn and Matthew Taylor. The Church of the Guiding Light against two of the stalwarts of Victory Championship Wrestling. We saw for months Matthew Taylor had been targeting Jimmy Shane, and we didn't know what for, but it was just to make an example he was really after. Damien Chambers, and now both men with an axe to grind. We know so little about James Bunn. Big man Bunn, only that he's a true believer. He has been blinded by the light. A first-time tag team right now. Chambers and Shane calling for the crowd. A little bit of crowd participation in the offense. Jimmy Shane calling the plays. And it looks like Big Man Bunn just got a little closer to his savior than either of them may have anticipated. No shame, Jimmy Shane, the wiggling hips and picking up chicks, was targeted by Matthew Taylor as a representative of all that is wrong, all that is sinful. I think it's a lot of fun. Damien Chambers looking to fly! There's a reason this man was seen recently with All Elite Wrestling as a prospect. He is absolutely the present and the future of professional wrestling, and now the shameless one. Does he have forgiveness in his heart for Matthew Taylor? Will he turn the other cheek? Absolutely not. Jimmy Shane is here to win a professional wrestling match, and now they know Taylor's willing to walk away. They know Taylor's willing to run away. They are going to keep Matthew Taylor in this ring against his will. Jimmy Shane! The hits that just don't miss, but still not enough for a 3 count. No shame in that, though. Yet again, quick cover. Jimmy Shane, all business tonight. We have seen sometimes he likes to entertain. Today, he just wants to win. It's Jimmy Shane forcing Matthew Taylor into the corner of Damien Chambers. And if Damien Chambers didn't have reason to dislike this man enough, so far, he's been beaten twice from behind by both Matthew Taylor and Mr. Man Bunn. Incredible impact to that already weakened back. You see, Matthew Taylor has put a target on the small of the back of Damien Chambers. And James Bunn just stood on that target. 300 pounds of weight. All concentrated on the tender small of the back. Damien Chambers may be the heart of this company, but every heart stops beating at some point. As today's the day. VCW suffers cardiac arrest at the hands of the Church of the Guiding Light. Matthew Taylor says he just wants to be loved. He says if you love him, he will love you back. I don't think this man knows what love is. The only love Matthew Taylor knows is love that hurts, as he's trying to push down and get the victory on Damien Chambers. I don't think you need to hear it from me. Love shouldn't hurt. What Matthew Taylor offers is not love. It's submission. As Damien Chambers desperately trying to make that tag to Jimmy Shane, but the Church of the Guiding Light doing an exceptional job of cutting off the ring. As someone is making their way to the ring, and I don't really know who that is or what they're doing here. After what happened with James Bunn at our last event, it makes me nervous. Just, where is security? Jimmy Shane trying to rally the crowd as Damien Chambers showing the resiliency that he has become known for, looking to escape under, but instead gets caught in a powerbomb right back onto the back. Just a foot. What a disrespectful cover. What a show. What a show that you think you're so above your opponent as James Bunn did. We don't know a lot about this member of the faith. We certainly see James Bunn holds no respect for his opponents and seems to be completely at the beck and call of Matthew Taylor. One of possibly many. The nameless, the faceless, so that Matthew Taylor can always be the one shining in the light. Enziguri! Right to that face of the movement. Jimmy Shane rocking and a rolling, juking and a jiving. Takes a little bit extra to bring the big man down to size, but Jimmy Shane has got it with a bionic elbow to the guiding light. Two very big men doing very big things in a VCW ring. Matthew Taylor brought all this on himself. He targeted Jimmy Shane, and now Jimmy Shane, cover, 2 count. Matthew Taylor lives to fight another day. Matthew Taylor wants absolutely nothing to do with this match. He was halfway out the building before James Bunn. Forgiveness! Forgiveness on Jimmy Shane! And some way, somehow, Damien Chambers able to move both men off of Jimmy Shane. Impressive power by Chambers. Jimmy Shane showing now why they call him the Bully Beater. Taking it right to James Bunn. And Matthew Taylor interrupted the count, but landed right into the waiting arms for a version of the Angel's Wings by Damien Chambers. Jexy Black taking Taylor exactly where he wanted to go, to the back, and the spear just took down James Bunn.
The winners of the match, Damien Chambers, and no shame, Jimmy Shane.
Abraham was told to sacrifice Isaac, but was told didn't have to do it. Matthew Taylor, no such compunctions. He absolutely threw James Bunn to the wolves. And I have no idea who that stranger was, but he left. He left with Matthew Taylor's sacred wine. As we may have seen a new tag team born in VCW. Jimmy Shane and Damien Chambers are victorious against the Guiding Light. These 4 men are one half of our main event, War Games. From the very beginning of VCW, these 4 have been running rampant over the promotion, making life miserable for Commissioner Nicholas West. They've inserted themselves into main events. They've put multiple members of our roster in the hospital. And now the Deplorables have something to say. No good Nathan Aulridge leading the way, followed by the pretty Patrick Hayes. Thunderbird Jake Ely in the green tights, and the de facto leader, Wilbur Whitlock. A more grizzled and grumpy man you will never meet. The Deplorables want to hold down the next generation of professional wrestling. Except for Jake Ely, who happens to be Wilbur Whitlock's cousin. So nepotism rides high here with the Deplorables. It was our very first event where we saw the Deplorables form. Wilbur Whitlock and Nathan Aulridge went from not even being booked to being in the main event after they beat the holy hell out of Paulie Kilpis and interfered in the match that was supposed to determine the VCW Heavyweight Champion between Pretty Patrick Hayes and the Beastman. And since that moment, they've had a target on the Beastman's back. And it's a big back. It's carrying a target from all 4 of them. Stomping into the ring is Jake Ely, the mite that thinks he's a monster. Someone did us a favor and didn't turn on the mic. Seems to be a running theme with the Deplorables. They struggle with our sound equipment.
Fix the microphone so these pieces of trash can hear what we have to say.
It was good while it lasted.
You know, I heard that West Virginia and Victory Championship Wrestling was going to war tonight. I also heard that VCW, the Beastman, that no-good, stinking, rotten piece of trash that he is, that little runt of the litter whose leg that we broke, Zeke Mercer, he's floating around back there. Andrew Palace, he's full of piss and vinegar, and we got news for all of you and all of them. It's still gonna be 4 against 3. So unless anybody in this crowd right now has a set of balls on them and wants to be the 4th guy or girl, then you just let us know right now, because we can go to war right here in West Virginia. Say when.
Looks like there are a lot of takers, a lot of people who want to fight.
Do you have anything to add? That's right, they're not worth your time. And you? Well, you never were a good talker, kid. So let's leave it to Wilbur Whitlock to shoot this one home.
I want to start out by thanking Commissioner Nicholas West for suspending me for last show, because any night that I'm not here in West Virginia with you people is a good damn night for me. With that being said, since day one here in VCW, since day one, me, Patrick Hayes, Big Nate, you came around day 2, Jake, and we thank you for it. But since day 1, we came in here with one goal in mind. We're taking over this company. We're taking over this whole stinking town. We're taking every belt that you got. And since day 1, Zeke Mercer, Andrew Palace, that big stinking caveman, the Beastman, you've been thorns in our side. We've been trying to tell you. We've been trying to warn you. We've been telling each and every one of you, anybody who gets in our way will be taken out. You know what? Enjoy it now. Huss while you still can, because my best friend, Patrick Hayes, he almost took out the Beastman last time. He broke Zeke Mercer's leg. I gave Andrew Palace a concussion. And if there's anybody back there stupid enough to join him, you'll be taken out too. Tonight, it is war game. And when you go to war, you need to have your brothers at your back. And we will win this match, and we will win this war, not because we are the 4 best pro wrestlers. That's not even the truth. We will win because we are the best team. And I will die for these men, and not a damn one of you will be able to say the same thing.
Wilbur Whitlock says he's willing to die for his brothers, and he may get the opportunity to prove it against the Beastman and company. It's the Deplorables against Beastman, Zeke, Mercer, and Andrew Palace in our main event. But they're right about one thing. We have no idea who, if anyone, is going to be that mystery partner. And if it's a handicap match, I don't think the good guys have got a shot. So I absolutely hope they found someone. This man is on the craziest string of luck I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Cowpoke Paul won the Battle Royal for a contract to become a full-time member of the roster, and he followed that up by surviving Beastman to qualify for the VCW Heavyweight Tournament. It's Cowpoke Paul, Damien Chambers, and no good Nathan Aulridge. One of these things is not like the other. And that's not meant to speak ill of Cowpoke Paul. Cowpoke Paul is great. But Damien Chambers and Nathan Aulridge are veterans, masters of their craft. Cowpoke Paul is a super impressive rookie. And he has come in and just taken the world by storm with a yeehaw and a prayer. We're all just living in Cowpoke Paul country.
And his opponents, introducing first, from the French Quarter of New Orleans, Louisiana, weighing in at 208 pounds, the Bayou Bully, Noir!
And an incredibly different atmosphere as Noir makes his way to the ring for this three-way dance. Quite a collection of characters fleshing out the roster here in VCW. The Bayou Bully considers himself the test of professional wrestling. You get in the ring with Noir, he makes you face your limits. And you either pass them or you don't. You never take a man's cowboy hat. Cowpoke Paul throwing a tantrum in the middle of the ring. Don't leave your hat unattended. But the Bayou Bully looks good in it. We got Noir, we got Paul. We're missing one more for this three-way dance.
And their opponent, coming to you today from the traveling circus, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Sideshow Psycho, Malakai Gage!
We've seen Malakai Gage before, but not for some time. He's being offered his highest profile match to date. And I've been told that Malakai Gage has only gotten more dangerous, more unhinged, and more terrifying since the last time we've seen him. There's a look in that man's eyes that I find deeply upsetting. Almost took a swipe at a child. This is why we pay a lot of money for insurance. The Carney superstar Malakai Gage, the Bayou Bully, Noir, and the Blue Ribbon Wrestler, Cowpoke Paul, making up this three-way dance. Malakai Gage actually got kicked out of the circus for violent tendencies. Usually you get kicked out of school to join the circus. He He got kicked out of the circus to join professional wrestling. And that puts Malakai Gage in context for anyone. Cowpoke Paul continues to be prospecting for gold. His ticket is already punched in the heavyweight championship tournament. More qualifying matches to come. If Noir or Gage are able to pin Cowpoke Paul, you gotta wonder if that might earn them a chance to qualify. Cowpoke Paul coming in with a tremendous amount of momentum. Cannot afford a loss at this point. Won the Battle Royal. Somehow beat Beastman. It's a victory with an asterisk, but it's a victory nonetheless. And honestly, surviving Beastman, that size discrepancy, the power discrepancy, the experience discrepancy, just live it is a victory and impressive. And Cowpoke Paul is calling for a test of strength with both Noir and Gage. The Sideshow Psycho seems very amused at the sight of Noir. Cowpoke Paul showing off his own guns, his own little six-shooters. The test of strength. A three-way test of strength. Malakai Gage not particularly interested in following the etiquette or conventions. Now we see everyone trying to gain control with a backlock. Noir, the front car of the locomotive. And now looking to run into Malakai like a freight train. The Bayou Bully put Malakai to the test. Noir likes to say he is your failure. Malakai Gage maybe taking Noir a little lightly. In a three-way match, you have to have your head everywhere. Danger lurks on all sides as Cowpoke Paul just pulled Noir while he was going on a heck of a run. And momentum would shift in a heartbeat as it's natural enemies, Psycho Clowns versus Cowboys. Just complete opposites in the wild, the Cowboys and the Clowns. Cats and dogs level hatred. Malakai Gage coming in with that diving uppercut. You have to wonder, is Cowpoke Paul the prime target? A victory over him, I think, no disrespect to either other competitor, but I think a victory over Cowpoke Paul means more than any other at this point in time in terms of the standings here at VCW, given his positioning. Gage now trying to fight out of that backslide. Cowpoke Paul wants to wrangle some clown cattle early on while Noir is still dealing with what seems to be a shoulder injury on the outside. Yeehaw! Called for it! The distraction, DDT, and Noir may have been biding his time. Can't let Cowpoke Paul take advantage of the weakened Malakai Gage. The writing on the wall. Noir knocking Cowpoke Paul right out of his boots. Gage joining him. These two may as well be deep in the swamp because they are in danger, Bayou style. A very different version of Noir than we have seen before. And strange bedfellows. Teamwork did not make the dream work in that particular circumstance as the Bully just crushed the dreams of Cowpoke Paul and Malakai Gage. Just made the dreams come true of one of our young fans who just slapped the blue ribbon wrestler right in his award-winning chest. Cowpoke Paul, born and bred to be a champion, he says. That's what makes him a blue ribbon wrestler. a 4-H certified superstar. Introducing Malakai Gage into that steel, and it hurts. It hurts real bad, but Malakai Gage kind of likes it. Massive Gage, wow! The balance, the precision, the cowpoke! The skills, Cowpoke Paul mastered at the rodeo. Takes down Noir, but Malakai Gage smashing, bashing. Cowpoke's ball heading to the steel, leaving this very smartly down to a one-on-one contest. Handspring back, elbow, and this is the time for the Sideshow Psycho to shine. Loves the bright lights, loves the roar of the crowd. Unfortunately, his acts always end up a little too bloody for public consumption. I asked Malakai Gage in the back, why are you a professional wrestler? What caused you to take this path at this point in your life? And he said inflicting pain satisfies him. Looks like he's very satisfied. Would have been more satisfied with a 3 count as Cowpoke Paul begins to rise. Great ring awareness by Malakai Gage, who knows you can only win a 3-way dance when one of your opponents is prone in the ring and the other one is otherwise occupied, somehow distracted, rendered inert. The strategy of the 3-way dance is all about timing. It's picking your spots. It's keeping track of your opponents. It's knowing your strengths. As Noir just took a leg lariat to Malakai Gage, and Gage wisely rolls out, avoids a potential pinfall. It's Paul calling for it. I didn't know a cowboy could yodel, but I certainly saw it there. And now Cowpoke Paul looking to continue the incredible run he is on here in VCW. Cowpoke Paul is on an expedition, looking to bring the spirit of the West to the plains of the East. Slamming Noir hard into the turnbuckle, and now a fantastic opportunity for Cowpoke Paul, who's playing a great game, keeping Gage outside. For that moment it took to render Gage a non-factor for at least a few moments may have allowed Noir the opportunity to recover. 3-way human chess being played as Cowpoke Paul with a suplex to the bigger opponent. A very casual cover by Cowpoke Paul, who may be becoming a bit cocky, a little arrogant in the face of defeating Beastman. That's a mistake no one can afford to make. Certainly not Cowpoke Paul. He has so much coming up. Could that be distracting him? Side Russian leg sweep. Looking to get pinning combination on Noir. Fantastic wrestling as the Wrangler is taking down the straps. Looking to end this rodeo. And Cowpoke Paul may be taken to the skies. Not usually where we see the cowboy lie, but Malakai Gage now coming in, taking advantage. Malakai Gage, no stranger to high-risk offense, and no fear about putting his own body on the line, willing to do whatever it takes. A little pain is a little pleasure. But Noir really the big winner. Cowpoke Paul gambled and lost. Malakai Gage tried to play and was folded like a card table by the power of Noir. It looks like the test of professional wrestling is about to pass a failing grade on both Malakai, Gage, and Cowpoke Paul. All three are down. All three now to knees. Gage the first up, and unfortunately the first back to the floor. You've heard it before. Let the bodies hit the floor. And now, Noir making the other wrestlers do his work for him. Work smarter, not harder, as the writing on the wall trying to scavenge the playing field and get a pin on either Cowpoke Paul or Malakai Gage. That's the impressive thing about Noir. Doesn't look disappointed. Look of resolve afterwards. Check the temperature. Neither of these two are quite done yet. Gotta be in the oven for a little bit longer, but you know, I know Noir can bring the heat. Cowpoke Paul with a stunner. Back in the saddle is Cowpoke Paul, but just took a super kick right to the dome. Noir has been in the right place at the right time for most of this match, and is going to take a very calculated risk to move into the high red district and see if when he comes down, he's able to find some gold on the prospector. Instead, no water in that particular pool. And the team of Cowpoke Paul, Malakai Gage, proved formidable for Paul. It's impossible. It's improbable. But the run continues. Cowpoke Paul just won a three-way dance. Heading into this tournament, heading into matches with some of the best and the brightest in VCW, you gotta consider somehow, some way, Cowpoke Paul is a favorite. It's a Cinderella story in cowboy boots here at Victory Championship Wrestling. The Mad Dog is looking to defend his territory and prove nobody is too big for him. That's why Zack Myers has instituted the Big Man Extravaganza, an open challenge for heavyweights and hosses of all kinds. The Giant Killer of VCW has put out an open contract as long as you meet a height or weight requirement.
His opponent comes to you from the top of Mount Kilpis, weighing 320 rocks, the Appalachian
Paulie Kilpis is coming and he's hugging me. It's happened. It's happened. My greatest fear just came true. He hugged me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's so hot in here. I'm sweating so much. But Paulie Kilpis absolutely counts for this open challenge. He's a big boy, a big Appalachian boy. Literally found on a mountain by his tag team partner Gannon Green. Taken in and trained to be a professional wrestler. He loves hugs. This is a conflict of interest. I do think hugging the referee is a conflict of interest. Oh, boy. Oh, I still feel it. I still feel the hug. I don't like it. Paulie Kilpis has answered the open challenge. This is the first time we have seen Paulie Kilpis since the very unfortunate incident involving Saturday Night Special and his possum Bo. Saturday Night Special did unspeakable things to that possum. It traumatized me, it traumatized many. We haven't seen Paulie Kilpis, and Paulie Kilpis taken out with that roaring elbow, and it's done.
The winner of the
Zack Myers made short work of Paulie Kilpis.
Shut it off. Get out of my ring. Go. Get him, get him. Get out of here before I hit you. This is the biggest VCW has. I want bigger. Get somebody else out there. I know there's some big guys back there. I want bigger. Let's get me a bigger challenge.
Well, we never know how long a match is going to go, but we certainly didn't expect it to go less than 30 seconds. So we've got time. We've got time allotted on the card. And I'm getting word that we are, if somebody wants the shot, they can have it. I don't know who it's going to be.
The next challenger from level 4, weighing 50,000 megapixels, from Gigabyte Grizzly,
Now this may be a little bit more of what Zack Myers had in mind. Brohemoth, the Gigabyte Grizzly, looking to prove that he is the final boss. And if Zack Myers wanted big, and if Zack Myers wanted bad, well, Brohemoth fits both to a T. I would say that Zack Myers is at a disadvantage because he just finished the match, but I'm pretty sure Zack Myers just had a warm-up. Poor Paulie Kilpis. At least he got several hugs. I know that means genuinely a lot to him. And Zack Myers looking to go 2-0 today. Zack Myers with a big mean streak. Just pie-facing Brohemoth. Certainly a choice. It's Brohemoth absolutely taking it to Zack Myers. I don't know who put Zack Myers down when he was a child. I don't know who put and inflicted that sense of doubt inside of him. But boy, that's a man with a lot to prove. That's a man who wants to be the biggest dog in the yard, no matter how big he is. And he's put himself in the line of fire against the Grizzly. Press. So much weight on your chest. Gigabyte Grizzly just being on you, the amount of energy and effort it takes to push a man that big off of you. A pinfall attempt is an offensive move by someone the size of Brohemoth. And the Mad Dog biting, scratching, and tearing in this extravaganza. Mad Dog will choke the life out of you. Mean and nasty. Looking to take everybody down a peg. And the Napoleon complex to a T. Just headbutts. Using every single part of the body as a weapon is Zack Myers. He's beaten Paulie Kilpis, he's beaten Billy Knox, put Ryder Reed into retirement. But has Zack Myers met his match against the Brohemoth, 2 hands down. And Zack Myers rolling out, looking to reset. Trying to push pause on the controller against the Gigabyte Grizzly. A video game kaiju come to life is Brohemoth. But he just met steel. Brohemoth's head met steel twice in a row. An average person, they'd be unconscious. Brohemoth, decidedly not an average person. Definitely at a disadvantage now. Zack Myers with the roaring elbow. Saw him take down Paulie Kilpis, and now the Brohemoth. Zack Myers remains undefeated in the big man extravaganza. He's calling for a mic again. He's already had 2 matches. That one, that was not a warm-up. That was a war. Zack Myers can't possibly be asking for more.
I think it's fair to say nobody in the VCW locker room is too big for me.
It's hard to argue. Zack Myers is taking them out 1 at a time. Today, 2 at a time. Is there anyone big enough? Is there anyone strong enough? Uh-oh. This is when sometimes your mouth writes checks. Your mad dog body can't cash. Beastman has a war tonight. A literal war in War Games. But this is the house the Beastman built. And if you're gonna call out the biggest in the locker room, it doesn't matter if you've got a war in the main event. You gotta answer the call as the Beast meeting the Mad Dog face to face in the ring. I wanna see it. Beastman with a pat on the head, saying, be a good little doggy and get in your place. And for someone like Zack Myers, that is going to drive him absolutely insane. One day we're going to see Zack Myers and Beastman, and we're going to see if the Mad Dog is right. Is there really nobody too big for Zack Myers? Or is Beastman just a bit too much? Making their way. Zeke Mercer returning from injury. His leg was broken. This is the first time we've seen him back.
So, Zeke. Braces off the foot. You ready for tonight? You ready to go?
Oh, hell yes.
Andrew Palace. You got your bell rung a couple months ago. Are you ready for war tonight?
Am I ready for war? Of course, I'm ready for war. I'm ready for tonight because the crap that those jagoffs pulled these past few months, is unacceptable. What they did to me, what they did to Beastman, what they did to my buddy Zeke. They are going to pay, and we are going to have fun doing it tonight.
And now, big guy, that brings me to you. How's your hand, buddy? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take that as Beastman is ready to go. So, the Deplorables came out earlier, and after that, the person I had chosen for to be your mystery partner backed out. They are not ready to fight the Deplorables. They got scared. They're afraid they're going to get hurt. I understand, but I don't know what to do.
Commissioner West was saying that there was no mystery partner. Paulie Kilpis is coming out. I need to learn how they avoided the hug because they got out of it.
Paulie, what are you doing?
I see that there are 3 strapping, handsome, strong men here, and they need a partner. And I got Chief John and Bobby Madcon just moments ago. It was my blood, blew my mind. I thought I blew my tooth out, it hurt. Okay? But I want a shot of redemption. And I want to join these men in the steel cage. Kilpis!
Paulie, you're all about a good time, you're all about hugging. I don't know if you're ready for war, my friend.
The match isn't happening right now, Paulie. I don't know if Paulie thinks it's happening right now. Nope, he's just going for hugs. They need a partner. But
well, guys, it's up to you. If you want Paulie Kilpis to be your 4th man. Palace?
I think it's up to these people. What you guys think?
Zeke?
I think it's leave up to the Beastman. Come on!
Zeke totally passing the buck there. There would be a poetic justice to this. It was Paulie Kilpis who was first beaten at the formation of the Deplorables.
Green shirt, sitting there, arms crossed. It's up to you. Is Paulie Kilpis the 4th member? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a thumbs up. Paulie Kilpis is our 4th man at War Games.
Paulie Kilpis is going to war. Hugs and thunder tonight in the main event. Someone backed out. It was going to be a handicap match, and now Paulie Kilpis. It may still be a handicap match. Listen, I think Paulie Kilpis is a very good competitor, but he just got knocked out by Zack Myers. We're going to see how this goes. It's the Deplorables. The tag team division in VCW is heating up. I love tag team. Well, what's going on?
Might like to bang, but we like to go.
I've been given a can of, it's a Sour Patch Kids energy drink, red berry. Honestly, it's 0 sugar, so I'm gonna try it at some point, but I'm certainly not putting my mouth on anything DD Vice has. Saturday Night Special coming out. I'm being joined now by Marcus Twist. Okay, he booped my nose. I hate it. I hate it here. I got hugged by Kilpis, and I got nose booped by Saturday Night Special. I demand a raise. Commissioner West, I'm getting more money, or I quit. I just got nose booped by the strip club Supernova. I gotta wash my entire body. Frig, man.
And our opponents from Coolsville, USA, a combined weight of 5,120 ounces of Damien strength, fighting for a grand match. All that's Braden Elliott, Braden Shin Wily, the Red Boy.
accompanied by Rad Rex. It's a battle. Oh God, I was in a splash zone. I literally just got hit by energy drink. This is the worst day of my professional career. I even like these guys, and they just drenched me in energy drink. Okay, my phone, my mic, my notes. The Rad Boys, Bang and Jake Wily, all that, Braden, Elliott. Coming to you from Bang Energy Drink. Saturday Night Special, handing me off Ghost Energy Drink. So the only thing I know is both these people, both these teams are hopped up on so much caffeine and guarine, I bet they can't even feel their fingers. Two of the most energetic tag teams on the Indies. The Rad Boys have really developed quite a following here in VCW. They get better every time I see them. And Saturday Night Special, not waiting for the bell. I don't know what else you expect from two people who build themselves as coming from behind the dumpster at an Applebee's. These two are trash. They know they're trash. They like being trash. And they are undefeated here in VCW, while the Rad Boys are coming off a tough loss against the Wise Guys at Give Me Victory or Give Me Death. You see the color scheme? They're like opposite mirror images of each other. Star Trek Mirror Mirror, Spock with the goatee. If the Rad Boys had been terrible frat dudes instead of, I don't know, fun-loving good fellas, they would have turned into Saturday Night Special. What a, just mounting Bang and Jake Wily in the corner was the scumbucket DD Vice, making the tag to the sweet and sassy son of the Independents, Marcus Twist. I asked how they were preparing for this match. Saturday Night Special going up against the Rad Boys, one of the best teams here in VCW, and they said, and I quote, and I hate that I have to, but this is exactly what they said. They were doing Jaeger bombs and doing moms. That's how they prepared for this match. As Marcus Twist taking it to Bang and Jake Wily. Tag team championships are coming to VCW. These are two of what I would say three of the top teams in the division. Along with the Wise Guys, who have a win over the Rad Boys. Saturday Night Special undefeated. Fewer competition, 2-0 over Mount Kilpis. Saturday Night Special works so well together. They are used to tag teaming. Take that as well. DD Vice punishing the hand. Bang and Jake Wily. Everyone looking to be at the top of the division for when these titles are introduced. We're going to make our way and get ourselves a heavyweight champion. And after that, I have it on good authority that the tag team titles are next. So far, this has been all Saturday Night Special. Not even putting any weight on the shoulders is Marcus Twist. Some real scuzzy people for Saturday Night Special. Some of the worst people I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. The things they have done to Mount Kilpis are unspeakable. The last time I saw Saturday Night Special in the VCW ring, they beheaded a possum named Bunn in front of me on Father's Day. Marcus Twist trying to end this. The therapy bills that I have paid since that day. Did VCW reimburse me? No, it did not. Looking for the Rad Boys to try and get a measure of revenge for all of us on Saturday Night Special for the terrible things they have done. The things they've made us see. Poor Bo, the possum. Haunts my dreams. I see it when I close my eyes. Jake Wily using all of the bang that he can to try and escape and make the tag for the very first time in the ring. All that Braden Elliott. And you know he has got the guts. They want to climb the ladder to the hidden temple and retrieve the tag team titles at the end. Braden Elliott forcing Saturday Night Special into each other. The Rad Boys coming from Coolsville, so effective off the top rope. Not even necessarily a risk for them because they're so good up there. As Marcus Twist able to muscle one of the Rad Boys into the other. The longer this match goes on, the better your cardio has to be. Rad Boys definitely take the advantage in that department. It's visually obvious, and also their different training styles. I don't know why we're hearing this dirge, but this is the music. This is the music of the Wise Guys. They're not scheduled to be here. I don't know if we're having sound issues. Wait a second! Tommy Irish is threatening Rad Rex! Rad Rex attacked Ripper Blackheart after the match with that. You can't attack a poor defense's dinosaur! You're a menace, Tommy Irish! You're a real menace! They're threatening this dinosaur, and Saturday Night Special just rolled out Braden Elliott! You're...
The winners of the match, Saturday Night Special!
We've seen a possum be beheaded. I couldn't possibly run the risk of seeing something happen to my poor Rad Rex, but he's okay. But the Rad Boys just took another loss. And of all people, Saturday Night Special remain undefeated. They're gonna head over to the bar and try and become your stepfather. I don't want it. Take it. I didn't have any. I'm not touching anything you touch. If you look up disgusting in the dictionary, that's the picture. Marcus Twist and Dee Vice, absolutely vile. As Rad Rex trying to apologize to the Rad Boys, trying to get in the ring. Rad Rex making his way. He's a good dinosaur. He wasn't trying to cost them the match. But the Wise Guys, Tommy Irish and Ripper Blackheart, have now cost the Rad Boys twice. And at some point, Revenge got it. Wait a second. Did the dinosaur just hit Braden Elliott? Say it ain't so! Ripper Blackheart was impersonating Rad Rex! You do not desecrate the sanctity of a man's dinosaur! This is unconscionable! What happened to the real Rex? The boss isn't here! I don't know if the dino is sleeping with the fishes! The evil, criminal super genius of professional wrestling just lived up to his nickname. Rad Rex was never in danger. The Wise Guys managed to cost the victory for the Rad Boys, and now Elliott is going through a table! Oh no. That angle his head hit was absolutely brutal. This was entirely unnecessary. The Wise Guys won that last match. There's no need for revenge. There's no point to be made. This is old-fashioned bullying and fear-mongering. Tommy Irish and Ripper Blackheart have left the Rad Boys laying, and they've broken all of our hearts. We have no idea the status of Rad Rex. I'm gonna do my absolute best to find out, but I have no idea if Rad Rex is somewhere at home or if Rad Rex is at the bottom of a Chicago river. What did you do? What did you do to the dinosaur, Ripper? Ripper, what did you do? No, he's not. What did you do to the dinosaur? No! The event of This Means War. I'm Jason Heat, and this is a match that has been brewing since the very beginning of Victory Championship Wrestling. In many ways, it all started with this man. There was a match. It was Patrick Hayes and the Beastman. It was supposed to be for the first ever VCW Heavyweight Championship. But Wilbur, Whitlock, and no good Nathan Aulridge, after beating the ever-loving Kilpis out of Paulie Kilpis, made their way back into the building and interfered in that match. We left with no champion, and the Deplorables were born. Pretty Patrick Hayes wearing the bandolier of war, and he will face the brunt of the action as the first of his team to enter. In War Games, we start with 2 members of each team in the ring. They will battle for 5 minutes, and then every 2 minutes, a member of each team, alternating, will enter the ring, meaning that there will always be a 2 or 3, at least a 1-man advantage at any given time for at least 2 minutes per match. Patrick Hayes is surveying the steel surrounding the ring. And I wonder if anyone thought some 7 months ago that this is where we would end. Patrick Hayes, Nathan Aulridge, Jake Ely, and Wilbur Whitlock against the Beastman, Andrew Pallas, Zeke Mercer, and Paulie Kilpis. It makes sense. Paulie Kilpis was the first victim ever of the Deplorables, and now, as improbable as it sounds, he has a chance to avenge that beating that happened only feet in front of me in this very building months upon months ago. Patrick Hayes will be the only member of the Deplorables to be in the match the entire time. You can only win by pinfall or submission. You can only win once everyone has legally entered the match. Before then, it's pure violence. It's pure brutality.
For the opposition, from deepest darkness, West Virginia, weighing in 500 pounds, the Stone Age Savage, Beastman.
They are sending out the cleanup hitter to play leadoff batter. And whatever the Deplorables thought the strategy was going to be for Team Beast, this was not it. Patrick Hayes looks like he's staring death in the face. Maybe he is. We're finally get that match that we were supposed to get so long ago. And now we know that at some point more of the Deplorables are going to interfere. But for 5 minutes, For 5 glorious minutes, the Beastman has Patrick Hayes alone in the ring. Good Money says, after the Beastman is done, Patrick Hayes won't be so pretty anymore. If he ever was, your mileage may vary. Beastman taking his time in no rush. Once this match starts, it's not going to end for a while. These two, more than any others, are in for a war, and it is a war of attrition. Your team is only as strong as its weakest link. Beastman checking out the chain, seeing if there's a weak link as part of this cage. Patrick Hayes pulling the referee in front of him. Nicholas West here personally monitoring. Now, the referee at this point is basically just in the match to make sure that if we need to call for a medic, someone knows to do so. There is nothing for the referee to do but watch until all 8 men have entered the ring. This is fighting in close quarters as the McMecken fans start chanting, Beastman's gonna kill you. Threat or prophecy? We're about to find out. Beastman, a man of few words. Patrick Hayes, a man of many words. And the clubbering has begun. The forearms of the Beastman, as thick as the bone he carries to the ring with him. Patrick Hayes is not a small man. Patrick Hayes is a very powerful man. Patrick Hayes does not hold a candle in raw power to the Beastman. It ain't a knock on Patrick Hayes. Look at the size of the beast. Much more than a man, much more than a beast. And for 5 minutes, Beastman gets to play. We do not know who won the coin toss. In several minutes, we will either hear the Deplorables music play, we will either hear the Deplorables music play or we'll see one Team Beastman enter. But in the meantime, the Beastman is choking Patrick Hayes. It's not caution tape. Beastman using every aspect of the apparatus around him to cause damage and try and just do great harm to Patrick Hayes. All of it legal. There are no rules inside of War Games. And Patrick Hayes already bleeding. We are minutes into this match. We have already started to see the fluids flow. And this is just the beginning. If you're squeamish, if you're faint of heart, if you fear violence, human gore, this may not be the match for you. If everything that I just described excites you, well, boy, you are in for a treat of violent delight. As Patrick Hayes' face and head scratches against that steel, grating against the walls. Beastman smells blood in the air. As we hear 2 minutes remain, what is it going to be? Patrick Hayes getting some relief? Or is Patrick Hayes in for a long, bad night here in McMecken, West Virginia, as it has been 3 minutes of the Beastman toying with his food. And Beastman just rubbing the blood of Patrick Hayes on his chest like war paint. No quarter asked for, no quarter given, as Chris Claremont would say. Beastman may well be the best at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice, and today it's not very pretty. But who said Beastman isn't cultured? He is certainly treating his chest like a New Age arts and crafts project.
1 minute remaining in the opening period. 1 minute to the next competitor.
Making a painting with blood. And now deciding to turn his attention to the chest of Patrick Hayes, who is wobbly, let's say. Beastman knocking Patrick Hayes down like he's the pins in a bowling alley. And there's no respite. There is no relief. There's not even surrender at this point. There is nothing Patrick Hayes could say or do, aside from going to the hospital, that could possibly end the match until all 4 members of the team are in the ring. This is when you come face to face with every decision you've ever made in your life and you go, how did I get here?
9, 8, 7.
The countdown is on. Who's it gonna be?
3, 2, 1.
And it's the Deplorables have won the coin toss.
Next entrant for the Deplorables, Wilbur, Whitlock.
He said Patrick Hayes is his best friend. His best friend is covered in blood. Wilbur Whitlock taking his time, making his way into the ring. You'd think with a 2-on-1 advantage, he'd feel good about his chances. But I don't know that it's a 2-on-1 advantage at this point against the Beastman. Patrick Hayes may be out. You know, sometimes there's a worry about those coin tosses, about whether they're real, whether they're fair. With all the harm that the Deplorables have done in VCW and all the pain that they have been to Commissioner Nicholas West, if they won that coin toss, that's fair and square. He has absolutely no love lost for the Deplorables. And it will now be a one-man advantage throughout this match at intervals for the Deplorables, which is probably the first good news the Deplorables have had this entire match. Beastman has been a one-beast wrecking crew. If you're scoring on points, it's 78 for Beastman, 0 for the Deplorables. If this was baseball, it would be a no-hitter. Beastman is just taking it to the Deplorables. And in 1 minute, it's going to be even. Effectively, this has turned into almost a handicap match, 14 Beast. Which goes to show that when the numbers are even close to even, Team Beast is more than capable of taking it to the Deplorables. They have been surviving, they've been thriving on putting people in the hospital, on picking the bones of downed opponents, of pecking like vultures. And this cage, this structure, this sadistic match, this war games neutralizes that advantage. And now for the very first time, Wilbur Whitlock, the de facto leader of the Deplorables, has managed to get a little bit of advantage. And it's perfect time for Beastman. Who's gonna be the next member of Team Beast? Okay, it's Paulie Kilpis. Paulie Kilpis, stop hugging and help Beastman. No, wait, Saturday Night Special. They have been a thorn in the side of the Kilpis clan the entirety of the time that they've been in VCW. They killed this man's possum. I'm not making that up. I know that sounds insane. They ripped the head off of Bo, Kilpis' possum. Kilpis already got knocked out by the Mad Dog earlier. And now the hillbilly shooter Gannon Green coming to try and make the save as Didi Vice and Marcus Twist running for the hills But they've already ruined the chances of Team Beast. What are you two doing? What are the... And I don't know if Paulie Kilpis is going to be able to enter this match, and the referee is calling for help. Beastman is being choked, and now it's 2-on-1. And if Paulie Kilpis can't enter the match, it's going to be 3-on-1 against the Beastman. I don't even think even he can deal with that. And Paulie Kilpis is being taken out. It's a rough night for Paulie Kilpis, and a rougher night for Beastman. Somehow, some way, the Deplorables have done it again. How? How did they do it? What kind of black magic do these Deplorables weave that constantly leave them with a numbers advantage? They broke Beastman's hand. They gave Andrew Palace a concussion.
1 minute until the next entrant. 1 minute.
They broke Zeke versus leg. The next entrant, it's another Deplorable. It's going to be 3-on-1. It's going to be 3-on-freaking-1. Beastman is battered. Beastman is bruised. And there is no respite coming anytime soon. Paulie Kilpis is in the back. Whatever effect Paulie Kilpis was going to have on this match, we will never know. We will never know if he would be able to avenge the brutal beating he received at the hands of Nathan Aulridge and Wilbur Whitlock months and months and months ago that started this whole thing off. Because Saturday Night Special just ruined this main event for Beastman and for Kilpis and all of us.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They're the worst people I know. And with the Deplorables in the ring, that is saying something. And now,
No good.
Nathan Aulridge and the Beastman have been battling for years and years and years. I watched Beastman just toss and tatter Nathan Aulridge around a schoolyard, throw him in a pool. But this is a veteran who says nothing goes unpunished. Nathan Aulridge is qualified for the VCW Heavyweight Championship Tournament. As we see Wilbur Whitlock now bleeding as well. 2 members of the Deplorables shedding scarlet syrup. That's blood. I'm just trying to be fun with the alliteration. That is real, honest to goodness claret pouring from the foreheads of both those 2 men. But it's 3-on-1. It's 3 men who absolutely hate Beastman. And the relief pitchers, the folks that are coming out soon,
1 minute until the next entrant. 1 minute.
one of them is recovering from a concussion. One of them is recovering from a broken leg. And there will be a numbers disadvantage permanently from this point on. There's no fair fight. There's no equality. It is Deplorables up 1 permanently at minimum, up 2, multiple periods. Patrick Hayes just need Beastman. Right the seeds. Nothing to be done. That referee is in the ring for one reason and one reason only. We already saw it. To call for EMTs if someone is unable to continue. There's no
10,
giving up.
9, 8,
Countdown.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Who's it gonna be? The Spaz! The Spaz-Manian Devil does not take any time getting into the ring. The pulse of VCW. Hyper-energetic. Too much to handle Andrew Palace. But but he still has to take on 3 men. He's got to buy time for the Beast. Can the Spazmanian Devil do it? Can he move fast enough? Can he be quick enough to take out 3 men? What's the best thing since sliced bread? 2 of sliced bread number 2. Andrew Palace, a devil on fire. The strategy was clear. Buy Beastman some time. I didn't realize Beastman bleeding too. 3 men. 3 men are pouring blood out of their bodies already, and we haven't even entered the match beyond. 2 men still left to enter the fight. Zeke Mercer and Jake Ely, as the Beastman just drove Patrick Hayes down. Of everyone in this match, Patrick Hayes has taken the most brutality. He is the weakest link at this point. That's nothing about Patrick Hayes. That's not about his toughness. It's not about his quality as a wrestler. It's the fact that he went 5 minutes alone with the Beastman, and he is tenderized like a well-done, tenderized like a steak. Andrew Palace taking it to Wilbur, Whitlock, the only 2 still on their feet, just showing the absolute brutality. Nathan Aulridge trying and able to make it over there. 3 on 2, the numbers still in favor of the Deplorable, but Andrew Palace by far the freshest man. And everyone in this match probably does have the best cardio in general.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And no surprise who this is going to be.
Your next entrant, Zeke.
The smallest man in the match with the biggest sense of self. The might that thinks he's a monster, a giant in his own mind, and a real-life leprechaun. That would be the Thunderbird Jake Ely, who just pushed Nicholas West and grabbed the chair. Nothing West can do about it. It's all legal. And Ely walking straight into the lion's den. No fear. This kid's crazy, but he's got no fear. He just threw a chair. He's going toe-to-toe with Beastman and kicked Beastman right in the groin. Jake Ely just single-handedly took down Andrew Palace and Beastman. Maybe he is a giant. Maybe I've been wrong this entire time. He just snapped the wings of the devil. And somehow the Thunderbird is standing tall. Wilbur Whitlock's cousin, who only managed to get this spot because of nepotism, just single-handedly took out the entirety of the opposition.
1 minute.
In 1 minute, Zeke Mercer will make his way to the ring. And we're going to find out if Zeke is ready to go, or if Zeke Mercer, whose leg was broken, who's been on the shelf for months and just returning now, did he come back too soon? The Thunderbird finally as tall as he thinks he is from the top, bringing the elbow down. Like thunder to the heart of the beast. Patrick Hayes is done for, man. Patrick Hayes not participating at all. Doesn't need to. His teammates, they said they'd fight, they'd die, they'd bleed for each other. And so far, even though they've been nothing but lies, they're living up to their word on this one. And here we go. We know who it is. The shooter, the technical wizard, Zeke Mercer, and he can't get in. They've barred the door. They're not letting Zeke Mercer in. They're trying to keep it 4 on 2. And this match officially cannot begin until Zeke Mercer enters. Zeke climbing the cage. I don't think it's going to be a surprise to anyone watching. This is not the most structurally sound cage in the world. This is highly dangerous. This is meant to keep people in. It's not meant to climb. You're not meant to scale it. Jake Ely! Oh, God! Oh, God! Jake Ely just got powerbombed right on his head. Zeke Mercer has made his way into the ring. Crossbody. He's a technical wizard. He's a martial artist. None of that's going to matter in this match. This is not a match about technical wizardry. This is a brawl. This is a fight. And now officially, the match beyond has begun. First to pinfall, first to submission. The referee is now in play. Tactically, at this point. If you're Team Beast, you got to be looking at Patrick Hayes, who has suffered so much damage over the course of this match. Or Jake Ely, who just may have gotten his neck broken. Patrick Hayes trying to take the fight. Surprisingly, if you're the Deplorables, look at Beastman. He may pass out due to blood loss at any moment. Somehow, someway, Beastman may be the most vulnerable member of Team Beast.
And now the match within the match, War Games has started.
Zeke Mercer taking off the belt. Zeke Mercer was in a hospital bed. Zeke Mercer was unable to wrestle, unable to put food on the table for a period of time thanks to the Deplorables. Zeke Mercer, one of the best sports, one of the most sporting wrestlers I've ever met. Don't matter in War Games. Choke-assisted Russian leg sweep. The strategy now trying to find the weak point. Surveying the field of battle and picking out the weak from the strong. Referee just desperately trying not to get knocked out in the course of all this carnage. Beastman was just stepping. Jake Ely's done. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I just saw way more of pretty Patrick Hayes than I ever want. Oh! And Zeke Mercer just gave Patrick Hayes a smacking. Holy shoot, look at the welts on that man's ass. Oh, God. He may have a broken neck. I may be blind. Completely hairless. Haunt my nightmares. And the match still goes as Beastman taking it to Wilbur Whitlock. Patrick Hayes, I'm shocked he can continue. This is war. We are at VCW This Means War, and this is war. These 8 men hate each other. We have seen all 3 members of Team Beast go to the hospital due to injury, and we may see more. We got ambulances standing by. I'm not kidding. I don't know where Paulie Kilpis is at this point. I don't know if he's recuperating backstage or if they had to take him to the hospital. But we've got more. We're expecting injuries in this. This is what these competitors signed up for. And now Team Beast fighting against the odds. Zeke Mercer and Andrew Palace, both injured and coming back. Their return matches here in VCW. So much pent-up rage, so much pent-up frustration exploding in an onslaught of violence and savagery. Jake Ely has been putting on the performance, the competition of a lifetime. I think Jake Ely is bleeding from his eye socket. Not his forehead. I think it's possible it's from his eye socket. That is awful. If not, it is streaming right in there. It can be won by pinfall submission. And Patrick Hayes, indignity suffered or not, is going to try and make Zeke Mercer tap. Zeke Mercer's leg was broken. His leg was broken and Zeke is refusing to tap. But at this point, all the Deplorables have to do is play defense. They just got to keep away from Zeke Mercer. His leg was broken. There's no way he's at 100%. And Andrew Palace, whether intentional or not, just saved the match by throwing the full weight of the Thunderbird into his cousin Wilbur Whitlock. But damage may be done. Zeke Mercer may not be able to put any weight on that leg. This is already a handicap match. It's already 4-on-3. You take any one of the members of the other team out. And now, Jake Ely targeting that leg again. The Deplorables doing such a good job of isolating and destroying as the chair to Zeke Mercer's leg. Patrick Hayes now whipping Zeke Mercer with his own belt. I mean, it's all but over. The referee is saying not yet, but it's not yet. It's not yet. Unless something miraculous happens, unless there is an incredible second win. If Beastman or Andrew Palace are able to get up, but it's 4-on-3, there's nothing to be done. As Wilbur Whitlock continues to decimate Zeke Mercer, they're going to send the man back to the hospital. Patrick Hayes broke Zeke Mercer's leg just like this. It was 2 months ago. That Patrick Hayes sent Zeke Mercer to the hospital. And those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And Nicholas West is he's called for a mic. What's happening?
It's over. Do you understand it's over? It's 4-on-3. You give up.
Wait a second.
And we break his leg.
Wait a second. It's been 4-on-3. The heart and soul of VCW is making his way to the ring. There's no disqualifications. It's one fall or submission to a finish. Commissioner West just let Damien Chambers in.
Commissioner Nicholas West said Damien Chambers is now officially a part of War Games.
Paulie Kilpis never made it into the ring. Officially, he never entered the match. Commissioner Nicholas West had to make a decision. And now Damien Chambers has come for war. We've already seen him in battle with Matthew Taylor earlier today. This is a man not afraid to fight battles. The battle lines have been drawn. It's like the opening to the X-Men animated series. Here we go! Damien Chambers has joined Team Beast, and finally, after months of running roughshod over VCW, the Deplorables are facing equal numbers. They are trapped inside a cage. There's nowhere to go, and here we go. Count them out with them. Stereotypes too. I don't know what that is actually, but it's fists all around. Damien Chambers is the difference maker. Damien Chambers has had no personal issue with the Deplorables, but he's a member of our roster. He saw a fight that needed fighting, and the hard-traveling hero decided he was going to make sense of it. The world was unfair, he was going to make it fair. And now, every member of the team looking to put their opponent in a submission. They don't just want to win, they want to humble, they want to humiliate. And here we go, all four Deplorables locked in, variations of the crab. So far, no one is tapped. No one is tapped, but only one has to. Only one has to. And Patrick Hayes keeping Jake Ely from tapping. Team Beast thought they had it there. They had no better opportunity, but Patrick Hayes fighting from moment one, saved that, would not let Jake Ely. Wait a second, Patrick Hayes is taking apart the turnbuckle. No one's paying attention, but Patrick Hayes has something in mind. Zeke Mercer with the Falcon Arrow. Damien Chamber. And Patrick Hayes, that turnbuckle. No, it's the wrench. Patrick Hayes just smashed all of Team Beast with a wrench. They prepared so many ways to Team Beast, but they did not prepare dodgeball style. They did not learn how to dodge a wrench, and it has come back to bite them. Patrick Hayes working his butt off to try and take apart the ring. And he succeeded. He's trying to pull that turnbuckle out. I don't know what he has in mind. But that spike is incredibly dangerous. They're gonna try and take Zeke Mercer's eye instead. Oh, he just jammed it into Wilbur Whitlock. Super kick by Zeke Mercer. Wilbur Whitlock may need to go to the hospital. This needs an ending. This needs an ending. Nathan Aulridge taken up by the Beastman. Damien Chambers has got Wilbur Whitlock. Ushigoroshi. And Tasman, the Spasmanian Devil, looking to break the arm of Wilbur Whitlock. Patrick Hayes is pleading. He's begging him not to tap. And now Zeke Mercer joining in. Wilbur Whitlock has been the architect. And Wilbur Whitlock was their end. Even with the deck stacked against them in every way possible, with Paulie Kilpis being taken out, Team Beast reigns supreme thanks to that man, Damien Chambers. The Deplorables have finally faced some measure of accountability for all that they have done. And now they fought hard. They're gonna party hard. Team Beast, Damien Chambers, the Beastman, Zeke Mercer, and Andrew Palace have defeated the Deplorables at long last. I don't know where they go from here, but tonight they party hard. War Games is done. We've all been to war. This is VCW This Means War. I'm Jason Heat for everyone here at VCW. Thank you so much for joining us as the Deplorables get the heck out of Dodge and the heroes stand tall. We wish you a phenomenal evening.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.